Hey everybody, what's up? Well, I think I have an awesome adventure for us today. We're probably only about maybe 10 miles from the town I want to go look at. I'll see you when we get there. Okay, now we're getting to some real cool stuff. Now we're getting into the preserved mining history and an old mining town. It's huge. So this is a two-stage 400 horsepower direct drive air compressor, capable of compressing 2,000 cubic feet per minute to a pressure of 110 pounds per square inch. Compressed air revolutionized mining in the late 19th century. So that would have had a big belt on it. Rock drills, slushers, muckers, air-powered locomotives, and even chainsaws could now run off compressed air. Now this is cool. That's an Ingersoll Rand. Welcome to Wallace, Idaho. In 1884, Colonel William Wallace, veteran and mining promoter, recognized this little valley had tremendous potential. The fact that this was one of the few flat places in this rugged valley and surrounded by mines in almost every direction. In 1888, Wallace was incorporated and became the heart of the Silver Valley. This right here was the last stoplight you would hit if you were driving from Seattle to Boston. Because before there was a freeway, this was a highway, and it went right through town. And when they built the freeway, they wanted to basically tear down most of the town. So they built the freeway above it, just down the road a ways, so they could save the town. And there's one more other important thing over here on the next intersection. So if you ever want to see a historic Main Street, it isn't actually Main Street, it's Bank Street, but close enough. This reminds me of Ouray, Colorado. So back to the light. The new section of I-90 opened on September 5th, 1991. So on September 12th, 1991, they didn't just take down the light, they gave it a funeral. The old signal was put into a coffin and carried through town in a horse-drawn hearse, complete with a ceremonial procession. Check out this crazy building. That's pretty fancy. That other building over there has one too. It's the insurance building. Okay, I gotta do this quick. But this is also the center of the universe. And they claim that just because nobody can prove them wrong. Got an old Honda moped. I would call it a moped. It's pretty little. The fainting goat. Some old slot machines. Some old lamps. And an elk with a saddle. There's you an old alleyway. And then we got a whole other street of historic buildings. I noticed that earlier. There's a fraternal order of eagles. The foe. There used to be a building right there. Oh, here's an old army truck. Wallace even has a skate park. Couple ramps and a rail. So mark this one on your calendar. I actually coughed up some money so we could go inside one of the Silver Valley mines just outside of Wallace. Just a short little ride on a cool, we'll call it a bus, and we'll be there. Yeah, be on in the bus.
1884, they discovered gold 20 miles up the road in a little town by the name of Eagle, Murray, and Pritchard. It's where they discovered gold. Within 2 years, this valley is full of people because the gold rush from California had just quit. All these tramp miners are coming up through this valley, going up to the gold fields. A couple of the guys stopped right here. They surveyed the side of the mountain. This is exactly what they found. What's so cool about that rock?
Yep.
That is a piece of quartz, folks. I don't know if you know it or not, but quartz is an indicator that there's precious metals in that mine, in this part of the world. I didn't show you what silver looked like, did I? Silver is black. See all that black in there?
Nice.
That is silver. They knew it. They knew what was going on, so they went to work. This is how they did it back in the day. This is what they called their drill steel. The end of that was fairly sharp. What do you guys call this?
Sledgehammer.
Sledgehammer? I call it a lot of work, is what I call it.
That's what I was going to say, work.
Yeah, work. So it always took two men. One guy would put it, they found a quartz vein right here, and they found a quartz vein right there. You guys will see them on the inside of the mine. So they went to work. One guy would hold this right against the quartz vein just like that. Your partner's going to grab this double jack with all his weight, all his might. He's going to hit the very end of it.
All day.
They're going to, yep, all day long. Turn it a quarter of a turn, swing and hit it again. Turn it a quarter of a turn, swing and hit it again. That's exactly how they broke the rock. It wasn't drilling, it was breaking. Every time you hit the end of this drill steel right here, it would break off about that much rock. You turn it a quarter of a turn, hit it again, it's going to break off that much more rock. You got the idea. They would break that rock all the way up to this point right here. They would fill it with black powder, because they didn't have dynamite back in the day. They fill it with black powder and then they would blow it up. That being said, you know what else they didn't have back in the day? They didn't have electricity back in the day. They mined this mine under candlelight. Under candlelight, you cannot see the end of that drill steel. So what they used to do is take their thumb and put it right on the very end. That is now the target. Your partner swing that double jack, you would move it very, very quickly. That's a true story. Doing that way, they mined it for 7 years under candlelight. You have any idea how far they made it? 70 feet.
I was going to guess 100, but
70 feet in 7 years.
Wow.
And they didn't find a damn thing. They had gold fever like you can't believe. So they packed up and they left. This mine stayed idle until 1960. 1960, a big company bought it. They followed the quartz veins all the way in. Following them all the way in, they got into a fault line. At the fault line, the quartz veins turned, so they chose to go down. They sunk a shaft 200 feet down, and that's exactly where they found the silver. The silver they found in here, folks, comes in at a ½ ounce per ton. It's nothing. The mine was a bust. The way they do it is they measure, everything is measured by tonnage. Let's pretend like this is a ton of ore right there, okay? That'd be a ½ ounce of silver. Back in the day, silver was 23 cents an ounce. So they made 13 cents in one day. You wouldn't work for that, would you? To make a long story short, the mine never, ever produced any silver. It's still in there. I'm going to show it to you. Have you guys ever heard of the Sunshine Mine disaster? Sunshine Mine is 7 miles down the road. It's the name of a mine. On May 2nd of 1972, it caught on fire. We lost 91 miners. Because of that day, mining has changed forever. You hire out at a mine today, you're given 2 of these brass tags. My number is 26. With the number that's on there, they know my name and they know exactly what I'm doing in the mine. We're going to take this and we're going to put it right there. It tells everybody in the world that you and I are in this mine. Second one would go right here on my belt. I wore this belt every single day. One there and one there. If there happened to be an accident today, all they have to do is look at that board. Grass on the board, miners in the mine. Why in the hell couldn't they? Why in the heck couldn't they do it back in the day? Back in the day, on May 2nd of 1972, all the bosses were out in Coeur d'Alene counting their money. There was no management left at the mine. They had no clue who was in their mine, let alone go down and try and rescue them. That's why every tour we honor these 91 miners. That being said, let's go on a tour. That's our compressor. Everything that I operate for you today runs under compressed air. When you walk into a mine, this is called a portal. Coming out down at the bottom. It's lit all the way through, but if the lights go out, I got a light right here. Watch your step up here. It's a little slick. And watch your head right there. You're going to hear noises ahead of you. It's not ghosts. It's a tour ahead of us. But anyway, you guys ever been to Yellowstone National Park? It's within 200 miles of us this way. Mount Rainier is within 400 miles of it this way. That's why this valley is the richest valley in the world for silver. Over 4 billion ounces of silver have been brought out of this valley since the inception back in 1884. That's a ton. They haven't even hit the mother lode yet. Yellowstone National Park's within 200 miles of us this way. Mount Rainier is 400 miles that way. The reason why this valley is so rich is because of our major fault lines that go through this part of the world. Our biggest fault line is called the Osborne Fault. Have a chance, Google it. It goes from St. Regis, Montana, all the way to northern Spokane, right down I-90. That's why it's so rich. But this is how we find it today. This is called a diamond drill machine. You can take this machine and you can put it in any position you want to put it at. This is the bit. It's a hollow bit. All the extensions that go on are hollow. There's diamonds all the way around the top of this. Hardest thing known to man is a diamond. It's going to go on the end of this shaft. It's going to spin very, very, very fast, and we're going to put it right in the mountainside right there. This is exactly what we produce. That is called a core. The first thing we're going to do with this core is we'll give it to a geologist. There is a geologist in every single mine. We'll give it to him. He'll probably cut it in half and see exactly what's in there. If there's any silver, lead, gold, copper, zinc, anything, they're going to tell us. We're going to put it in this box. In there 396 feet, we've got silver. The geologist will map it all out. And when we have time, we'll come back and start blasting right there and going after it. This machine right here would go a max of 500 feet. The new ones today, they're electric hydraulic, 75% more powerful. Some of the bits are that big around. Believe it or not, they can drill in for 5,000 feet and pull out that core.
Wow.
They're not going to pull out a whole 5,000 foot section. We got a deal in here we can snap and break these off on 10-foot sections, 5-foot sections. But that's exactly how we find silver. Wherever you find lead, you're going to find silver. You find silver, you're going to find copper. You find copper, you're going to find all sorts of stuff. But it all comes together as one. But that's exactly how we find silver. This is a schematic of the Sunshine Mine. This is how big these mines are, folks. I mean, she's in an open pit. You guys ever been in a skyscraper?
Yes.
Turn it upside down.
Yes.
Turn it upside down. That's what these big mines are like. This is the Sunshine Mine of 72. This is a huge elevator. This elevator goes down to 5,700 feet. It's what they call a counterbalanced elevator. We're riding it down. The ore comes out on the backside. It's like this all day long. Where in her mine, they've got those roads that goes in circles. Crazy. I'm sorry, I'm just comparing my mine to hers. But when you go down into these mines, every 200 feet, we do have a different level. These black lines you see right here, they are tunnels just like you guys are in right now. And that's exactly where the men work. They work right between these levels right here. The type of mining we do here is we call it stope mining, the cut and fill method. As you know, we've been talking about many types of mining. There's open pit, there's pillar, there's sluice. Ours is stoping. What that means is we'll come down with a tunnel to get to where we need to be. It's already been diamond drilled. We're going to go up to get it. These metals are so heavy that we're going to let gravity do our work. So we go up, we blast it all out. It comes down an ore chute right directly into a mine cart. And then we go back up and we'll fill that void before we leave. And I'll tell you momentarily how we do that. Did you guys see this on my belt outside?
I didn't.
You didn't notice?
I think I noticed it.
Because of the Sunshine disaster, every miner in the world today wears one of these. Yeah, it's called a self-rescuer, plain and simple. You're working away, and you look up, or you smell smoke, or you see smoke, you're going to pull the lid off, and you're going to put it directly in your mouth. You're going to start breathing through it. You're going to plug your nose with this. What it does, folks, there is a chemical in here called becquelite. It blocks the carbon monoxide from coming into my body. Because of the chemical reaction, it's going to cause that mouthpiece to get fairly hot. It'll get up to 100, 125 degrees.
Uh-huh.
It will burn and blister your mouth. They tell you it right up front. But if it's doing that, am I going to take it out?
Nope.
No way.
You don't want to.
No. That tells me it's working, and if I pulled it out, I would die that fast to carbon monoxide poisoning. Say hi to Wally.
Hi, Wally.
Hi, Wally. I like you too, Wally.
We're going to do some mining by candlelight. This is called a roof bolt. This is how we support it. This is made out of spring steel.
Oh.
We're gonna drill us a hole right there. We're gonna put our mat up in place. We're gonna take this and we're gonna pound it right directly in there. What it's gonna do is gonna close that gap right there and it's gonna hold that rock in place. You see those little tiny rocks right there?
Yep.
That's what we call a Hertz donut.
It's donut.
Fall down, hit you on the head, it hurts donut. To keep those up there, we just take galvanized fencing and put it all the way across, and this is where you don't have to worry about it. Yeah. Okay, let's do some mining by candlelight. When I turn these lights off, tell me if you can see the end of that steel.
Barely.
Really?
I'm right on top of it and I don't see it.
I can kind of see
I'm
that.
gonna take my thumb and I'm gonna put it right on the very end. Can you see it better?
Yes.
That's when you swing that hammer and hit it right on the very end. Ooh, and I broke it. Of course I did. But that's what it's like, mining by candlelight, folks.
No.
They might have had another candle, they might have had another candle here, maybe another one there, but that's exactly how they did it back in the day. Carbide lantern was invented in 1910. They wore them all the way up to 1950. That's a tour going out. I'm gonna run that machine for you as well. Carbide lantern. You take calcium of carbide, which is a man-made material, and you put it in the bottom chamber. You take water and you put it in the top, and you turn it on. Voila. We got light.
Nice.
That light right there is the gas that it makes is how they make acetylene. That's an acetylene flame. Calcium of carbide and water makes acetylene. You know what they do with acetylene, don't you? They cut and weld with it. Yeah. They would wear it right directly on top of their hat, right there. They got a bomb right on top of their head.
I don't got a hat.
Let me show you how bright this one is. I got it turned down. It's not very bright, but you don't need your thumb anymore, do you?
It's a lot better.
How long will those last?
There we go. 4 hours. There's a lot brighter, see it? They would wear it right directly on top of their hat. My grandfather and my father both wore one of these. They were the headlights on the first Model T car. Yeah. This is the light we have today, folks. Have any idea what light we have today? LED. Look at how bright that light is. This is how dark these mines are. They are this dark. She don't have to worry about it. She's in the daylight. This is the only light. This is the only light you have in a mine. And you're talking to a guy that's deathly afraid of the dark. I had 2 older brothers that just tormented me. I can't believe I worked in the mines for over 25 years in the dark. Because I'm not afraid of the dark, I'm afraid of what's in the dark. Does that make a difference?
Yes.
What do you guys call that right there?
A toilet.
A toilet.
Toilet? You know what we call it?
What?
A honey bucket.
A honey bucket.
Yeah, that's a honey bucket.
With honey buns?
Not
No,
honey
not
buns.
honey
You
buns.
probably would have honey
After
buns.
too many honey buns, go a honey bucket.
Yeah.
I don't care who you are, you gotta poo every day, at least I do, even in the mines. When you're done, there's going to be a sack of lye right there. Take 2 or 3 scoops of lye and you put it directly in that bucket, it kills all the odor, it kills all the bacteria. You don't even know what's in here. Somebody asked me yesterday, how about privacy? That's pretty private.
I cannot do
If you're the bad guy in the mine that week, you got a new job. You don't mind the bosses, you don't do what they're telling you to do or whatever, you got honey duty. Honey duty. Every Friday afternoon, you can see these old miners packing red buckets. You know they got in trouble. 1977 in this valley, we had over 200 active mines. They couldn't find enough miners back in the day to do the work. This mine never ever produced any silver, so they turned it into a certified school. These mining companies got together with the Kellogg, Wallace, Mullen high schools and talked to the seniors, what are you going to do when you get out of school? Most of them would raise their hand, I want to be a miner because it's very generational. Bring these kids down here, we would teach them everything about mining. When they got done with this program and they graduated, they could go to any one of these mines in this valley, go to work and make an excellent living. It lasted till the year 1980 when the price of silver crashed. 1980, the price of silver was well over $50 an ounce. Overnight, it fell to nothing. We had to close all these mines. Yeah. Well, I don't know if you know what's going on today. Price of silver did hit $125 an ounce in December. I think it's sitting right at 70 today, I'm not sure. But we've got 5 mines in operation today. We've got the Lucky Friday mine up in Mullen, Idaho. Deepest active silver mine in the United States. That shaft will go down to 9,600 feet. 9,600 feet underground, the rock temperature is 150 degrees. Yeah. They have to put major air conditioning units down there and great big chillers just so these men can go to work. They're not working at 95, they're right at 85 today. The other mine that's open is the Galena mine over here, about 7 miles. I'm happy to tell you that the Sunshine Mine is back in operation. Richest silver mine in the world. Then we got the Bunker Hill mine up in Kellogg, Idaho. Bunker Hill mine is a major, that's another old mine. I don't remember when it was started, but it has been closed for 46 years. They just opened it on June 1st.
Wow.
Because of the price of silver. Another question I want to ask you, do you guys mine tetrahedrite?
No.
You don't? I'll be damned, that's what we're after. We're after. We talk about silver, but it's tetrahedrite.
Is that one of the rare earth minerals?
Yes, exactly. One of the rare, it's got everything in it.
Oh, low bridge.
This is cool. Where we taught the kids how to do everything. That's why you see all the holes in the side of the mountain right there. This is where we taught the kids how to do it. This is exactly what caught on fire at the Sunshine Mine. That's what they used to use, that old wood. We got plenty of wood outside. They cut those trees, bring them in here, build a big old scaffolding so they can go up and get the metals. Well, that's exactly what caught on fire at the Sunshine, so we don't do it that way anymore. We're gonna grab this machine right here. That machine is called a buzzy. That's what we use to go straight up. We're gonna go straight up. We're gonna put an ore chute in. We'll put a manway in, and we'll put a secondary ore chute in case one of them gets plugged. We're gonna grab that machine right there. That's what we use in the mine. That's how we drill our holes. Sounds like we're old modern up here, or old fashioned up here, huh? But the new mines that are open today, they're going to the big trucks, and they are going. Yeah, they're going. But anyway, he's drilling right there. That machine right there weighs 135 pounds. These miners have to grab it on a daily basis. Put anywhere from 20 to 30 holes in the side of the mountain, 10 feet deep, load it with dynamite and blow it up. That's their job on a daily basis. That's what he's doing right there. They've already blasted right here, folks. You see all that broken ore? This bucket comes back and forth, brings that ore right to the top of that ore chute where it falls right into that train. Well, that train goes outside. There's a mill at the top of every single mine. So this is how we do it. That rock goes to the top. It's all crushed right down to a fine, fine flour. At that time, they're going to take it, put it in this great big vat of chemicals and water. It's got some air jets on the bottom. You turn the air jets on to make bubbles, just like your washing machine at home. You're going to take this raw ore and you're going to dump it right directly in there. It's what they call froth flotation. Those bubbles are going to collect all the precious metals. You'll see the gold, the lead, the copper, the zinc go into a froth, and it comes to the top and it goes right off. That's what we call concentrates. That's what goes to the smelter. What's left over is all the tailings. They used to take the tailings and dump it out on the bank. Today we take it, add concrete to it, and we pump it directly back down underground. We took this void out, we filled it full of concrete, right there. They're filling it, And right there, they're working right directly on top of it. That's exactly how we do it, folks. I'm gonna turn this machine on. I'm gonna show you how quiet it is in these mines. You guys plug your ears.
Cameron, plug your ears.
That's exactly how they drill their holes. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take dynamite. I'm gonna take a blasting cap first. I'm gonna put the blasting cap in the end of the dynamite. Using a wood stick, I'm gonna put that dynamite right directly in the mountain. Just like that. Have any idea why I'm using a wood stick?
So you don't make any sparks.
Exactly. Plus my arm's not long enough to put it all the way in there.
And your hand's too big to fit in that hole.
There you go. But that's exactly how we do it. We get that hole all filled up. The next step we do is we take ammonium nitrate. Ammonium nitrate is nothing but fertilizer. We lace it in diesel fuel and we pack that dynamite right directly in there. And this is what happens. This blasting cap is going to ignite the dynamite. Ammonium nitrate needs a concussion, and that's exactly what the dynamite does. And then we're gonna blow it up. You guys wanna blow something up?
Heck yeah.
There's 23 holes right there, folks. It's 10 feet tall, 10 feet across, and 10 feet down. 23 holes, 20 of them are loaded. There's a relief hole. There's a relief hole right here, and right here. So the first one that's gonna go is that one right there. When it goes, it leaves a cavity just like this, 10 feet deep in. The rest of them are based on milliseconds. There's 1,000 milliseconds in a second. These might be a 0.1. These might be a 0.2. The ones on the side would be a 0.3. The ones on the bottom are a 0.5. The 0.5s are drilled on a 45-degree angle. Boom! They're called lifters. When they go off, it's going to pick all this rock up out of here, bring it out, and put it right here in front of you. You're not going to see that, but you're going to see the blast. Somebody say fire in. Well, back in the day, I would light this dead cord. The minute I light this dead cord, I got 15 minutes to get down on the railroad track. Fire in the hole. There we go. You're too late. Okay, say it again. There you go. That's definitely not a millisecond, folks, but you can see how it works, right? I think that's neater than sliced bread. Yeah. They've been doing that for over 150 years, and they're doing it to this day. Do you believe in the light at the end of the tunnel? There's all the rock back in there. There's about 60 tons of ore right there. Broke it. Of course I did. But that's how we get all the rock out, folks. That's called slushing. This is where they stopped. They stopped and turned around right here, and they came back that other direction. Follow me, please. This is exactly where they went down. It's full of water.
It is.
There's some silver right there. Perfect. It's not shiny, it's black. That's exactly where they went down. And the reason why they went down right there is because of this major fault line. Let me show you this fault line right here. This is what we call a hanging wall. You've probably heard that term before. That's a hanging wall right there. It'll never move. But see all that black? See all the black, folks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All that black is lead. Excuse me, silver.
Silver.
The black is silver. There's some lead right there. Lead right there, silver, iron pyrite, and iron pyrite. See that? Can you see the shiny?
Yeah.
That's iron pyrite. Fool's gold. But you see that crack right there?
Mm-hmm.
There's a crack there.
A quack.
There's a crack right there. There's a crack right there. There's a crack all the way down. That's why we know it's a fault line. Moves all the time. You want it to move. But this is what the miners are after. They're after this, the fault lines just like this. Like I said, all the black stuff is silver. You see the shiny right there?
Yeah.
That's lead. Not every day you can go underground and see a fault line, folks.
You guys get seismic activity out here?
We do a lot. A lot. This is the big horseshoe right here. When I was slushing a minute ago, all that rock's gonna come down here and it's gonna stop. Here comes the train. Train's gonna stop right here. They're gonna open these gates, fill up all the ore cars, and they go straight outside. This machine right here is called an Idaho B12 mucker. That's exactly what I worked on in the mines. I was a mucker mechanic. It's got a big bucket on the front of it. You run that bucket right into that muck pile. It comes up and dumps right into this ore car. This is what I worked on in the mines. This is the machine that put this tunnel in right here, folks. Plug your ears. Locked down right now. But these are, they are antique today. And it wasn't that long ago I used to work on them. The only way you're gonna see one of these is in somebody's front yard with roses growing out of it.
That's our plan.
Yeah. Like we've been talking all the way through this tour, we're going to the way that she does it. These big mines today, they've got 15 to 20 ton dump trucks underground nowadays. They have these great big down ramps where they drive them all the way to the bottom and they drive them all the way to the top. Just amazing what they're going through. You hire out of the mine today, you're apt to be a truck driver. Yeah.
They're big. The kids
Yeah.
got to go on one and they're like.
Kennecott's real close to our house.
So you know what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah,
And I think they have one of the largest pits.
yeah.
If not the largest.
It's supposed to be the biggest, deepest.
The reason why I ask you where it's all processed is there's not a smelter in the United States anymore.
I know it's very hard to get one.
Well, all the metal that comes out of this valley, it all goes to Canada or down to Peru.
We send ours, I want to say to Switzerland. We stopped sending to Canada now. We send our dory to Switzerland to get.
So you just get the doré, that's all.
Yeah, we pour the bars and then they get shipped.
Cool. See why I like this tour? I learned. I mean, I'm a miner, I can
Yeah,
talk.
he's got miner's mouth.
You guys have
That's
any
okay. They
questions?
live with me. They're used to it.
Do you guys have any questions for me?
No.
Say hi to Bobby.
Hi, Bobby.
Bobby
Hi,
right
how
there.
are you? Is that like an old radiator?
It was an old industrial compressor back in the day.
Oh,
Instead of taking him out, we just put eyeballs on him.
that's cute.
Yeah, thank you.
Hi, Bobby.
Say hi, bye, Bobby.
Cameron, you can't make him into their next boyfriend.
See the quartz veins?
Bobby the compressor.
Oh, wow.
See the quartz veins? There's the silver right there. You see it? You see it in the rocks? Right there. This is what kept these kids going. See, they missed silver by that far.
Woo!
They
So sad.
stopped. They
Right there.
stopped right there. That's
Silver
exactly
vein.
where they found the first batch of silver.
Wow.
I think they got scared. I really do. The reason why is there's a fault line right there.
Well, yeah.
I don't think they knew what the fault line was back in the day.
Yeah, it looks like there's different, the rocks go different right here too.
It does. That's what's amazing about this. Yeah. All right, watch your head coming out of here. We are a little bit early, but it's fine.
This has been great, thank you.
You're more than welcome. I had as much fun as you did.
Did you have fun, honey?
I sure did.
So did I. It's really low down here.
Why they take me out and stay alive, see? Look at you. Playing online. Oh, look at this. Okay.
It's really exciting.
There's the last miner that was working here.
Okay.
That's a piece of silver, and that's what we're after right there.
That's awesome.
Tetrahedrite.
Picture of
You
our
want to do it too?
pit.
It's heavy.
So these are the bars that we poured.
Got it?
The door is.
Okay.
They're about 300 pounds each.
I know how you're doing it. It's just
Let me see if I have a picture of it. I guess
that is a piece of lead. See the quartz going right through the middle of it?
Very interesting.
This is what you guys saw in there. That is a piece of galena lead.
And we spotted Will from Venture to Roam. It's always fun meeting another creator in the wild. Don't leave yet. Give this video a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and leave a comment. Or take it a step further and push the join button and become a member and get your name on this list. But regardless, thank you for taking the time to watch this video. And don't forget, if you can, take the long way home. I hope you had fun. I know we did. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.